Okay, folks, look, this needs no introduction. You know what we're doing. Today we're doing a hot honey peach ham. Let's get it. Okay, so look, you guys see really not a whole lot to this, right? And then when you guys buy a cured ham already, this right here, I promise you, this has already been, it's already cooked. Honestly, you could just take this, get yourself some bread, get some mayo. I'll probably heat that up a little bit, just to make it real nice, and then go ahead and make them ham sandwiches. Them after Thanksgiving sandwiches, right? So listen, you see that? This is gonna be the thing. Now, we already said hot honey, right? So you know what that is. But this right here, this is my new seasoning. It'll be out in just a minute. You guys gonna go ham over this. I done had a couple people taste this today, and they already trying to buy it. I only got a little bit of this left, but it's in production. Then of course we gotta have honey. And then over here, did I say peach? Here we go. All right, and as always, look, my full ingredient list is on my website. That's smokinandgrillin.ab.com, and that's WITAB.com. Let's talk about like doing one of these, for the holiday, right? So when it comes to the holiday, we always got things, like our stove behind me, my oven, all of that is at a premium. I don't know how you guys plan to do it, but I'm gonna be doing this one right here. If you guys look right here, look, I got a brand new one, folks. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing it in the crock pot. Some of y'all gonna be like, dang, I didn't know you can make a ham in the crock pot. But yes, you can. Remember, I told you this is already done, right? So all we're gonna do is heat it up, get it to get nice and juicy. And then I got a pot right here, because this is how we gonna, mix everything, and this is what we're gonna pour in there. You guys seen the honey baked hams and all of that? Well, this time we're gonna do it on a peach preserve type of way. Make it hot honey, and I promise you, this way it's gonna freeze up everything else for you. All right, so look, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and preheat this, right? Now this one right here is brand new. I don't know if the element in there is, like super good, like my original one. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit my power. We turn it on, we're gonna hit select. I'm gonna do this one on high because I wanna do the least amount of time. And I'm finna set this for 3.5 hours. But I'm gonna leave this half hour right here. That's just for me to warm up. All right, so look, this is what we're doing. You just saw me go ahead and I'm just doing a little preheat. Like I say, it's brand new to me. So I wanna find out like how quick does the heating element rise. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. We're not gonna put that in here. Now we're gonna come here. We're gonna go ahead and mix all our ingredients. All right, so look, now the next thing is after we got everything grouped up like we got it, right? I'm gonna go ahead, start with like a medium flame. And when I say that, I just mean medium, folks. Low is better. I don't wanna scare nobody. If you low, listen, you'll have a 99% success rate. So even if you start and it's too low, no worries. It just take you longer to, achieve what you're trying to achieve. Let's go with this right here. So we can get some kind of liquid in there. Looking at it right now, this is 18 ounces. You're gonna need this, and this whole thing is going in the inside. All right, now that we got that in there, I want you guys to look. I should have did this on film, but here, you know what? Better yet, let me just show you this. Follow me right here. Let me go ahead and grab this right here. This is a little bit of a pro tip. I actually learned this from some of my followers, because all my life, when I measure, I always just put it in there, right? So if I'm gonna pour honey in there, I want it to all come out. I'm using the avocado oil. This just represents any non-stick spray that you have. If you spray this, spray your spoon or whatever you're doing. That way you can get all your contents in there, right? So I'm gonna just set this over here. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself, check my heat. It crept up on me. Look, we're gonna go ahead and just go with 1 full cup, right? And this ain't coming out like I would like it, but this that good honey, folks. It's on its way. But you see that right there? Somebody take a picture of that. And this right here, look, this helps me get it all out. It just takes really like one little swipe, but if you don't believe me, look, I haven't even hit it. Tell me, your honey come out of your, measuring apparatuses like that. All right, so now it's really like, if you guys haven't seen that yet, this is really like a dump and go. Now, some of you guys gonna ask what that is. Like, again, that's my hot and honey sauce. I'm just putting this in here. Look at this right here. Remember how thick it was? Hit it with a little bit of that vinegar, break things up, but I done cooked it down enough. Let me go ahead and get this out of here. Boom. That's my brown sugar. All I'm gonna do is move this around. You know what I mean? Just keep moving this until it completely dissolves. We don't wanna have any lumps. We got red chili flakes, hot honey sauce. You don't have to have that, but because I made mine, I put it in there. If you guys got some in your cabinet, you can use that too. Right now, I just wanna stir this and keep going until it completely, dissolves. All right, so fire off, right? I want you guys to look at this right here. Look at, you wanna see the thickness or the consistency? This is the only way I can show you. See how it don't just drop? It does run a little bit before it breaks. This is a good consistency right here, right? So I'm gonna take this, let me rearrange this and get everything set up. Just give me 1 second. All right, so this is what I did was, as you can see, I took the porcelain out, right? So that's here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop in, my ham. Which one will look the best? Obviously this is the bottom, right? So we'll do it like this. We'll just drop that in here just like this. Now that we have it like that, I don't know if you guys are used to doing it this way. When you pour this over here, I like to just go ahead and separate some of these. Obviously, this has already been spiral cut, right? And when I pour the glaze over the top of this way we can get it to get down in here so we can have that flavor on each individual slice. You guys let me know down in that comment section below, how many of y'all like that after Thanksgiving ham sandwich? I know some of y'all like, man, AB, I don't even really do the pork. You know what I mean? Well, let me ask you this. How many of y'all like to have them after Thanksgiving sandwiches? Talking about that turkey, folks. So we just put a little space in here like this, just to keep everything up because of the way that I put it in here. And then you guys are going to appreciate this. If you're doing a big cook, you can do this on the day of, right? And you don't have to worry about using your oven, or you don't have to worry about using your stove. Everything is at a premium. All right, so that's that. All right, now we'll go ahead and put this back inside of here. I'm gonna turn around and look and see how much time I got left on my timer. And as you guys can see, look, I got 3 hours and 2 minutes, so everything is nice and hot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and put this lid on the top and we're gonna let it cook. If you guys didn't know, crock pots are designed for the top to stay on. Resist the urge to open this. Every time you open this, no matter what you're making, if you're doing it pot roast or any type of stews or anything like that, like chilies, every time I open this, I gotta add 30 more minutes onto that. A lot of people are not gonna tell you that. Well, they might not even know that. But again, it's designed for you to put this on here and to leave it alone. So for 3 hours, I'm not gonna lift this up or nothing. It's gonna be, a lot of condensation. I'm not gonna be able to really see it, but no worries. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys look at it at an hour, but we gonna look at it through here the best we can. To be honest with you, I'm gonna probably go about 2 hours and 25 minutes and see, just because of the size of my, my ham. Other than that, I'll see you in a minute. Now that it's done, we take it out. And you guys take it out and be careful because it's gonna be extremely hot, right? You can see that everything that had rendered down, that got into our glaze. Listen, with that ham inside of that, what you can do is you can mix that with like a cornstarch slurry, just 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and water, and then you can go ahead and just like baste it over the top, right? So we're just gonna pour this over here just like this. I'm using a baster because I want to make sure I get it everywhere, because everything on there outside of that bone is edible, right? And if you don't believe me, just wait till you see me. I'm finna pick this pot up and get it all in and on there. Now the purpose of that is just to get it back inside of the slices and to put it on here, because I go back into the broiler. Because I go into the broiler, put it on high, don't leave it, watch it, and make sure your edges don't get too crispy. We're gonna caramelize that, and that's what you're gonna come over with. And you know how I leave all my videos. Look at this right here. And I'm out. Peace.